is my
What is up?
It is me, G-Day. I am back once again, and we...
Shut up! It is I, main protagonist, and we are here today to discuss the fire that we just saw called the Avengers Endgame movie. And now you can say your piece.
I already said it. They knew who I am.
Okay, so we're here with the squad. We're here with the main cast, Drew, G-Day, Monty, and Natan. And we have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Adriana.
Hello.
Swag.
So we all saw this movie, and it was flames. And we're all going to say our piece. First, we're going to all say how we felt about the movie. Make it very short, you guys. Drew, you're first, and please talk.
Captain Marvel.
Alright, so you will learn about why he said that in the future, but continue, Jeter.
Flames.
Okay, these are really short. Okay, Monty.
I'm overwhelmed, to be honest.
Okay, that's better. It's 2 words. Okay.
Movie was heat.
Alright, 3 words. Yes, we're moving up.
It was amazing.
Alright, we move. Yes, thank you. Alright, that movie was flames. We can all agree to that. It was a lot of things. I'm not going to lie to y'all. My eyes were watering. Amen. And we're going to go from the beginning and say the beginning threw us off. We just thought the movie, it just ended right there. Me and Judy would be like, oh, roll credits. Oh, that was a great movie.
3 hours of credits. That's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we thought. Because at the beginning, disclaimer, this will contain spoilers. I know it says it in the title, but just in case, disclaimer that this will contain spoilers. So onwards to our discussion. The beginning of this movie shows us that everybody died. It shows us again that everybody died from the last movie. Then it skips 5 whole years. And they're
Avengers
just like...
Shippuden.
Okay?
Avengers Shippuden.
Yeah, Avengers Shippuden. A time skip happened, and Thor and the squad come up and say, "Hey, we know where Thanos is." Oh, first of all, Iron Man was dying, and I was gonna say Shazam. Captain Marvel came up and saved his life on the last day. Woo! Who could have saw plot coming? But. Yeah, she makes her own plot.
She's a walking plot.
This is Drew's favorite character that we're talking about.
She creates it with her own
But
mind.
I'm going to move it on to my cast to tell you how that beginning part was with the first fight against Thanos. Take it away, anybody.
Chokeholds.
I'm tired of you.
Keep it a bean.
Captain Marvel broken. Top 3.
He got mixed.
I like how they
Look
just
at
rolled
the
up
mic.
on them. This attack ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
weren't playing around at all.
they just came up and just murdered him, technically.
Word. Thor went for the head.
They came up in this man's house, domain, and just started beating him up and cut off his hand. And then they started interrogating him, and Thor got mad that he didn't get the answers he wanted, and he cut his head off. End of story. That was the end of Thanos. And G-Day wants to say his piece about 2017 Thanos.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it, I guess. But going on with after the death of Thanos, actually, 5 years didn't pass when the death of Thanos. It was before the 5-year time skip. It was right after they found Iron Man. 21 days later, after all the chaos happened, then they killed Thanos. Then 5 years passed after that, and after those 5 years, everything started changing. People had to live their lives without their loved ones, without their parents, without their children, without And
he wiped out a whole school district.
Apparently, he wiped out a whole school district. Because we're going to get to that later. Because it doesn't, it doesn't make sense. I just say it's plot.
That's a whole township. It is gone.
So, after the 5 years, Hawkeye just went on a killing spree. and just murdered anybody that was bad. Anybody that hurt somebody, is in the drugs mob gang.
Anybody who shook his hand wrong.
And, yeah, anybody. he used 5% of his power to murder everybody. What else? Freaking Natasha seemed like the leader of the group at the time. She was taking calls from everybody from Nebula, Rocket, War Machine. Captain Marvel was in there. She cut her hair.
Clean.
It was fire.
Crispy.
Well, to some of us, it was fire.
Also, Okoye was there.
Koye.
Wow.
Wait, that's her name?
Black Panther's Dore
Her
Milaje.
name is Okoye.
Koye?
Yeah, Okoye.
I never knew, but I knew she was the right hand woman to Black Panther. After all that meeting stuff, Scott Lang, freaking Ant-Man, got saved by a rat by Splinter.
Hold on, run it back. Let's talk about that real quick, right? I think for me, all the movie was tied up, but the biggest problem I had was that a rat.
Splinter, you gotta be specific. Splinter.
Oh, Master Splinter saved the entire universe.
Master Splinter saved the entire universe.
Forget the Avengers. Let's hire him. You feel me? Master Splinter.
You know what he was doing.
No,
we all know. Top 3.
What?
No, top 4 now, right, Jer? Yep, top 4. Master Splinter.
You know what's crazy?
What?
He invented time travel.
Master Splinter invented time travel. It's Master Splinter, best man. He beat Thanos. Who beat Thanos? Master Splinter.
No, Captain Marvel mixed Thanos.
Yeah,
Wait.
Let's not kid. No, not that Thanos. Not that Thanos.
Oh, not that Thanos.
Arm lock.
It wasn't Master Splinter. It was Mickey.
From Mickey Mouse Kid.
It was Mickey the Rat.
Mickey.
It was Mortimer.
Oh gosh.
But this so much happened in these 3 hours. I was dedicated to this movie and did not get out of my seat one time. We had some dedicated people in here.
Oh, for sure.
And we had some non-dedicated people in here.
I take a piss. Relax.
Alright, so Bladder can control during the intense parts.
Obviously.
I was getting annoyed with the people behind us.
I ignored them.
Nah, there was all child on the side crying.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in our movie.
Like, lady, could you
She's a selfish woman. She brought her child here knowing it was opening night.
well.
She could have got a babysitter.
She could have not came at
Yeah,
all.
it doesn't make sense why people I'm not gonna judge anybody for bringing their
I
kids.
will.
Anything
true.
could happen.
I will.
But you could have waited till DVD. You know, no one's
You
gonna
could
judge
have
you.
waited till you had a babysitter. She made a choice, a very selfish one.
Big fan.
Like the baby when we
And she sat in the front.
Imagine if that baby was crying through all the talking. She would have to go. She would have had to.
You would have been like, ma'am, I have to escort you. Are you a worker? I am today. Here, get out.
I'm not a worker, but you got to go.
Alright. So back on topic. 5 years passed. They were trying to. After Master Splinter saved Ant-Man, Ant-Man was confused. He was like, "What's going on?" Everybody's like looking all depressed. He asked the kid, "Hey, what day is it? What time is it? What happened?" And the kid ignored him. Like, "You got me messed up. You know what happened. Don't talk to me. My mom died. I'm leaving you." So no one told him what's going on. He found a whole bunch of graves and he saw his name on it and was like, "What? I was only gone for like 5 hours." So he went to the Avengers Tower. He saw Captain America. And he was like, "Is this real? Is this an old tape? No, it's happening right now." I was like, "Okay, please just open the door." And he was like, "To y'all, it was 5 years. To me, it was 5 hours. So 1 year equals 1 hour in the hyperbolic time. I mean, the quantum realm.
No, in the hyperbolic time.
Okay, in the quantum realm, he was in there for 5 hours. He was hungry, and outside it was 5 years. So he came up with this brilliant idea about time travel and brought back these movies that were about time travel. And Tony Stark and them were like, "Man, you don't know what you're talking about." And apparently Tony Stark knew what he was talking about because he invented it. He was like, "Wow, it really does work." I was like, "Okay, genius, thank you."
Back to the Future is BS.
Yeah, Back to the Future is apparently BS, but that's fine.
They came after every time travel
Do
movie.
you like how they
Hot time
What?
machine.
Do you like how they did all that?
Did what? The time travel?
How that came to be like?
I do like how the time travel worked because it bringing the Ant-Man movie up, it does make sense because the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym's wife, was stuck in there for years, and she was fine. So apparently time doesn't work at all in the quantum realm, but it's fine. It works completely differently the deeper you go inside. And it was I liked how they brought it into play. Like, I was fine with the whole plot. Like, even though it's a little bit of stuff cop out, but it's okay. How did y'all like the time travel in general? Talk about the time travel in general when they went to all different types of portions in time.
I think back to each movie. I'm going. My bad.
Oh no, you're fine, you're fine. But actually, what you just said, I like how it goes back to each movie. It kind of ties everything back together. So when you go back and watch all the movies, you go back and watch all the movies, it will make it more meaningful, make it more awesome. You go like, oh wait, this was actually happening at the same time. This was actually. So. And
if you watch those movies again, you'll be like, did it happen?
Yeah.
Like, in your mind, you know it did happen because you saw this movie. But then you're like, dang, let me look out for some. No, you're not gonna see nothing. But all right, G-Day, say your point.
They went back to all the movies. I didn't even see Guardians of the Galaxy, so it was funny when I see this man get knocked out.
Oh, that is funny. Man, we had some people in here that didn't see all the movies, but it's okay.
Yikes. Okay, so what I'll say is, I think the time travel, kind of like what they were saying, it was cool how it tied everything in together, right? I just thought it was weird that it looked like they set some ground rules and then just broke them.
All of them.
Yeah, just
they broke every single one.
Disregard. Tony
don't talk to anybody. He's talking to his daddy.
Exactly. He gave him advice.
Yeah, about himself.
A whole hug.
He was gonna name his son what? Eduardo or something. He was like, yeah, you should probably think about that. Not
exactly.
I wouldn't do that. They did disregard all the rules. Freaking Steve Rogers looking like a creep, looking at his ex-girlfriend like, oh my gosh, I miss you. Bro, how did she not see him?
She is not observing. I don't know how she's.
He was in a window. She could see him, and she went right past him. I was like,
oh! With his big ass,
bro. Her eyes is like, nah, I'm not gonna look. And then went back to her
plot.
Supposed to be sentimental.
And what I did like about the time travel, I like how it didn't go according to plan 100%. I enjoyed that. If there was 100% plot that they got everything correct, I wouldn't have liked it. But even Iron Man had messed up. That's why it was good. There was some parts that were messed up. Captain America messed up with interacting with himself and fought himself and lost.
Nah, that was funny. I could do this all day. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
America's ass. That's funny.
America's
ass.
But at the end of the day, they made a rule that they would put everything back to normal, like nothing ever happened. So time travel was disregarded at the end of the movie, but the time travel we saw was kind of funny. Professor Hulk was in this movie. I meant to say that Professor Hulk was in this movie, talking just like Bruce Banner, but the physical appearance of the Hulk. And he was hilarious. We wish he was more epic, but he was hilarious. He was funny. And he got his soul snatched out by a woman with no hair. That's all I'm saying.
She's broken.
Y'all can reiterate what I'm saying, but I'm not about to say nothing.
It's a whole spoiler review. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep it like that kind of...
Bald Eagle. I don't even know.
We're going to call her Bald. She was the first Sorcerer Supreme. The first Sorcerer Supreme before Doctor Strange knocked out freaking Bruce Banner. He thought he was like going to overpower the girl Sorcerer Supreme, and he was like, "Nah, you gonna give me that stone? I wasn't asking." And she was like, "Nope." And knocked it. So like, what happened to me? She was like, "Nah, bro." And then he had to explain himself, saying that Doctor Strange is the one that gave the stone. She was like, "Dang, he's the best Sorcerer Supreme in the universe," and I know that for a fact. So either I know for a fact I messed up compared to him. So she gave him back his soul and gave him the stone, and end of story. All he had to say was that. Yeah, she had no choice. There was plot on his hand. So yes, Hulk was holding a whole bunch of plot. So he got his stone. Captain America had to fight himself, got his stone. Iron Man got knocked out by the past Hulk, so he lost his stone, along with Ant-Man. So they had to go back in time a lot more to when Tony Stark's dad was working on a whole bunch of stuff when Captain America was first starting to be Captain America, and they had to get the stone from there before Tony Stark was even alive. So that was kind of cool. That's what I mean. But when they messed up in the time stream, without doing it 100% perfect, they had to make changes. Oh yeah, Thor was just talking to his mom.
You mean Aquaman? Man.
Thor was overweight. Thor was fat after that 5-year time skip. And I was pissed. Yeah, he was stupid. He wasn't. He still had his power, but he was like, he didn't train. He didn't do nothing.
But he was still worthy.
Yeah, he was still worthy. He was just a sad little potato. He was a sad little potato drinking a whole bunch of beer.
Alex.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Oh, apparently, spoilers to 5 years in the future, there's still gonna be Fortnite. Fortnite's still gonna be played 5 years from now. So all y'all that like Fortnite, congratulations. You played yourself.
We're on Apex now. Relax.
Thank you for bringing that up. Dang. But what else?
The humor of this movie was, I think, fantastic.
The humor was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it didn't force me to laugh at any point. Everything was a natural laugh.
Yeah.
You would say it balanced the emotional weight and actual humor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they threw my emotions all over the place.
It's either this movie will let you either cry, laugh, or
watch,
or
all
love
at the same
it.
time.
The emotional weight,
All
Thor's weight, it was perfect.
Yeah, it all balanced each other. You know that snap had to happen, a complete balance.
The times I cried, I think the most, Tom Holland was on the screen. Every time Tom Holland was on the screen, there was tears. I'll get to that. I'll get to that part when everybody was silent later. Even the babies were quiet at the time, but I'm gonna get to that later. After they collected all the stones, which they did, in the middle of them collecting the stones, Thanos, what's her name? Nebula and her past self and her present self since they were in the same time stream, their memories were coinciding with each other, and the little projection memory that she has was being shown from the past her, from the future her, and so it let Thanos know what was going on, and so Thanos went went to the future and started trying to take the stones. But before that, Actually, they were debating who was going to snap their fingers because they made the gauntlet from Iron Man's suit and put the stones inside. And they were debating who was going to snap their fingers. And Thor was like, I'm a failure. I need to do this because it was my fault that it happened in the first place. And Hulk was like, nah, I'm the strongest.
And you're too fat.
Yeah, and I'm going to snap my finger because I'm the only one that can take this.
You couldn't take it.
He did take it. He took everything. He absorbed all that power, which was kind of cool. I liked how the Hulk was doing that. And he snapped his fingers, brought everybody back. And the Infinity Stones were still in the gauntlet. It was just a little beat up. Hulk's arm was destroyed. Even though so that's what I wanted to say about Hulk's arm. Hulk's arm was gone. Like, it wasn't completely gone, but it was beat up. And I don't know how he didn't heal. It doesn't make sense to me. Some people are telling me, like Monty talking about.
I'm just assuming by the logic of the move, maybe because it's a power of the Infinity Stones or something.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing as you did.
I was like, why isn't he healing? But Monty's saying the Infinity Stones, I was like, I guess.
That's what basically the movie's saying, but I guess, plot.
Yeah, plot. But after that, Thanos came from the sky and just blew up the Avengers Tower and said, give me my stones. I need those. Run them.
Hurry up before Captain Marvel showed up.
Yeah. And then he sent Nebula to retrieve the stones and just sat down and was like, I'll just wait here. I don't need to do anything. He was cocky. And then Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor was just looking at him. He's like, what is he doing? And Thor was like, he's just sitting there. He didn't do anything. He's just sitting there watching me. I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy, but okay. But then Thor was like, since he's just sitting there, let's just attack. And he just came and rained hell.
Bruh,
they didn't wait for backup. Yeah. My bad, G.
No, keep going.
They didn't wait for backup. It was just the three of them. They weren't like, hey, let's make sure. I mean, he's not going anywhere. Let's just get some backup first. That way we make sure to win.
But no, Thor just attacked.
Yeah, they had that Hail Mary with Captain Rogers. You know what I'm saying? But all else kind of failed.
Oh, before you continue, I forgot to mention when Thor went back in time to his Asgard, he took his old hammer. So just wanted to, he brought it back to the future. Just wanted to let that be known.
I thought the same thing too. And like during that, I mean, sorry to cut you off.
No, continue.
But during that actual scene when he gets the hand from the past, I thought they were gonna cut to a scene of him like taking it away from his
past self.
It was like, hold on, where did it come back?
That'd be funny.
But he took it from the past to the future, and then they started attacking Thanos, and Thor was using both his hammers, his Stormbreaker and his Mjolnir, to attack Thanos. And everything, they were just fighting to the very end, and Thanos was just mopping them up, They were doing good, but they weren't doing excellent. And then Thor got pinned down by Thanos and was about to get murked by his own hammer. His axe, Stormbreaker. He was about to stab him in the chest. And you know what happened?
There was someone else who was more worthy.
There was a person that was worthy in this movie called Plot. And he just said, called Captain America. He picked up that hammer, which is still Plot, because how he gonna assume? Let me assume I can pick up this hammer. That's Plot.
Yeah, I remember. In Age of Ultron, he almost picked that up.
Yeah, but he didn't know that. Thor knew that.
Yeah.
He picked up that hammer and whacked Thanos in the back of the head to save Thor. And Thor was like, I knew it! I knew it! And then they were just whooping him with Mjolnir and Captain America's hand and his shield. And Stormbreaker and Thor's hand. They were murking this man, beating him up.
It was funny.
It was funny.
When they switched, he's like, no, you take this one.
In the middle of that, in the fighting, they both threw their hammers. And they can both call the hammers. So they both called a hammer, and Thor picked up Mjolnir, and Captain America picked up Stormbreaker, and Thor was like, nah, here, you take the little one. And they switched hammers back. And it was so beautiful. It was made so beautiful. Any Marvel fan that watches this will not be disappointed at all. This is a fan service movie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, Black Widow dies.
Wow.
All be for the Soul Stone. So Black Widow and Hawkeye went to get the Soul Stone, and you know what happened to Gamora. So the same thing happened to Black Widow. First of all, they were being childish. Right. They were fighting each other to see who would die. They were like, nah, I'm murdering myself. No, I'm committing suicide. No, I'm committing suicide.
Who wants the glory more, me or you? And apparently Black Widow wanted.
Yeah, Black Widow won. She got what she wanted. She murdered herself. She cheated and murdered herself.
But nonetheless, she got what she wanted.
Yep. So she's dead. And they got the Soul Stone.
It's funny when she went back out the end, like, oh wait.
Like, oh wait, I changed my mind.
Yeah. She was like, wait, I forgot something. No. So the fighting happened after Thor and Captain America fought Thanos. Thanos got the glove and was about to murk people, and then the squad called called Captain America, and the person on the intercom was Falcon saying, on your left. And there was a portal from Doctor Strange, and everybody came out. Every Avenger, every team, every Wakandan, everybody came through a portal. Even the monks from the Sanctorum, which was it called? From Doctor Strange's world.
Yeah.
And they came deep. And Thanos sent his army down, and they battled.
Until Captain Marvel showed up.
Okay, I'm going to let Drew take over for this part.
Captain Marvel pulled up, boxed them down, let him get one hit in, and was like, alright, that was cute. Came back, put that man in an arm lock, got headbutted, and she didn't flinch. She ate that junk for lunch. It was a Lunchable. It was a cracker. And then after that, it was just GG's for that.
Thanos you said if Captain Marvel didn't get out the scene.
Oh, if Captain Marvel, no, they had to get her out the scene because if they didn't, bro, it would have been GG's for that man Thanos quick. And Hawkeye top 3.
Hawkeye is top 3 apparently.
He killed people for no reason.
That's why he's top 3. He can do that. Nobody else can.
It's like the power goes when they.
You know, if it was Batman, they would have put him in jail.
Also, in the middle of this fight, first of all, Wanda, freaking Scarlet Witch, came out in front of Thanos and was like, "You took everything from me," and became Dark Phoenix. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Became her unleashed all her power and was gonna murk this man. This man said, "Rain down my blasters," and started murking everybody, and that's what got him to stay alive.
By the way, we're talking about 2014 Thanos.
Okay, yes. Also, in the middle of the fighting, there was a scene when Captain Marvel led a group of the strongest women on Earth and was murking people. Captain Marvel was like, "I am the leader, and we will take over." And the men stood back and was like, "All right, you got it." And everybody was dying.
Nah. They were just on a separate mission. Like,
Oh,
they had a
separate
completely
mission.
different mission. Captain Marvel's mission was to get that gauntlet to the
No. Oh, the mystery machine. I forgot. So the mystery machine was the quantum rail van that Ant-Man was stuck in. So they were fixing it, and they were trying to bring the gauntlet to it so that they can trap the stones so no one can use them. Apparently, the stones didn't go in there. The van blew up because Thanos was throwing a temper tantrum and threw his sword at the van, and they blew up. So he got the glove, and that's when Captain Marvel was murking Thanos, and he had to knock her back with the Power Stone just to get her out the picture. And Iron Man and Doctor Strange hooked eyes and was like, they weren't even talking, but Iron Man knew what he had to do. And this man came up.
Thief ability.
Yeah, he used his thief abilities. He unlocked the new ability in his arsenal. And he stole the Infinity Stones because it was his gauntlet. So he was able to use his nanites to get the stones. And he made the ultimate sacrifice.
Bro, I don't care. He looked mad cool when he had the stones in his hand.
He did. He looked amazing. Everything was amazing. He sacrificed his life to save everyone, and he destroyed Thanos and his army. They got erased. And in the mixed of that, Iron Man died. And the people that was with him when he died were Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, and Pepper Potts, right there while he died. And Brody.
AKA War Machine.
And they were there when he died. And Pepper Potts told him, "You don't have to worry. We'll be okay. You can rest." And that's when I was silent for the rest of the movie. Everybody was silent when that happened. Even the babies. The babies were silent too when Iron Man died.
That's how you know it's a good movie.
Right.
Babies know when to shut up. Because they were crying for important, to me, parts I was trying to watch.
But then when they knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
That's good here.
And that scene was so beautiful. They had a funeral for Iron Man. They won their war.
Forget,
everybody's
honestly,
alive.
about the funeral. Who was the guy?
Actually, I think I know.
Who?
Wait, was it the same kid on the bicycle?
Man,
No, was it him? No.
I don't know.
No, I know.
No,
I think it is. If it's the same kid, I think I know it's all. I think I know why he's at the funeral. Cause has anyone seen Iron Man 3? That small kid he was with. That's probably him in the future.
Okay, I don't know.
That's probably why he was there.
I don't know. Okay, so
That's
apparently in the funeral is this one character that was there by himself. We don't know who it is. I might have to see the movie again to get an understanding of who that was. But yeah, that was crazy.
Wasn't he in a different country though?
Okay, I'm done with that. I don't care.
In America.
Oh, after the Iron Man funeral, Captain America was sent to put all the stones back in time, back in the places that they took them from, so nothing can change the space-time continuum, so everything can play out as it's supposed to. And he brought back Thor's hammer back to the Asgard, so everything was put back to normal. And he was supposed to come back, but what this man did was do the minor sacrifice of living his life back in his time, and grew old. And we saw him, they couldn't bring him back because he was already in the time as an old man Steve Rogers. and he was sitting on a bench right next to them, and he lived his life with his wife, and he passed down his torch to Falcon to be the new Captain America.
As he should have.
Which means also Captain America Steve Rogers died in my eyes. So Iron Man died, Captain America died, Black Widow died, Hawkeye retired, Thor's arm is messed up. I mean, Hulk's arm is messed up. Thor's belly is full, and he went to the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if he's permanently there, but I know he went with them.
He's the captain. Of course.
And just I hope Hulk is back in the movies, but people are speculating that he's not. But I suspect that he should, because it would make no sense. But it's okay. And that there was no after credit scene. So if you're watching this before you watch the movie, there's no after credit scene. Don't stay. You'll be disappointed. We were all like, what? But yeah, that was the movie.
Man,
it was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
It was amazing.
It was sexy. Oh, and Valkyrie is the new queen of Asgard. Just wanted to let you know that. All right. So any other thoughts? Any last thoughts, you guys?
Gamora's upset. 2014, Gamora's upset.
Oh yeah, Gamora is still technically dead.
Can we talk about real quick? Captain America's level up? That fight scene was beautiful.
Yeah, he ate a mushroom like Mario.
Come on.
After he picked up the hammer of Thor. He became Thor for a second. He was throwing lightning, beating up Thanos. That we will never get that again. Because he lived his life and retired. He's no longer Captain America. After he became OP with Thor, after he became OP with the rest of his team, everybody on the old Avengers team stepped up their game and made their last movie a banger. They all did their thing and ended it with a bang. And we are not disappointed. We might shed a few tears, but we are not disappointed.
A few. Man. Every other scene, I was either laughing or I was crying for like a good majority of the movie.
Yep. And it was crazy. But no regrets. This movie was amazing. Top tier. I give it top 10 best Marvel movie so far.
I agree.
I got one agree. No others?
I don't know.
Drew does not know.
I'm trying to think of all the Marvel movies.
My fan service was pleased. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it was. It didn't even feel like 3 hours.
It did not. It felt like 1.5.
It felt long enough, you know?
Yeah,
It
it
felt
felt like it
It felt
is
long
needed.
I would say yeah, probably best one.
Natan says probably best. G-Day is quiet in the corner.
Oh.
So we're gonna wrap up this video.
You talking about movies?
Alright, I'm done. We're wrapping up this video.
Whoa.
Are you gonna speak?
What am I doing right now? Speaking?
Now you are.
Shraggy?
Right?
Alright, go on.
Oh, was it a top 10 Marvel movie?
Mhm.
Easily. And it's not 10, not 9, not 8. It's in the top 5.
It's in the top 5 for G-Day. Number 1 for me. Number 1 maybe for Natan. Number 1 for Monty. Drew does not know, so we're gonna leave it a mystery. Ooh.
My number one's Iron Man 2.
Yeah. That's exactly the top 5. But we're gonna end it here. This was a good little video. This movie was amazing. It was great. See the movie if you didn't. If you did, I guess watch it again. I don't know.
I'm watching it again.
Yeah,
I'm watching it again.
Definitely.
But I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, all that. Click the bell because I never say that in my videos. But we about to be out.